Hello and welcome viewers to the GCE panel online. In today's tutorial, we are looking at the correction of solutions of June 2024 Maths Paper 2 Ordinary Level, Section A. June 2024 Ordinary Level Mathematics, Paper 2, Section A. Please make sure you subscribe to this channel as we begin this paper designed to be answered in 2.5 hours. So the first question reads, evaluate 2.5 minus 1 1/5 divided by 3/5. What's the first thing we have to recognize in this question? This question is on birth mass, okay, order of operations. So with the order of operations here, what are we supposed to do first? We have two operations, or we have three actually. We have the parentheses, we have subtraction, and we have division. So obviously we start with the parentheses, okay? And to do this, we start by converting this mixed fraction 2.5 into an improper fraction, okay? So this is going to be 2 times 2. That's 2 times 2 plus 1. 2 times 2 is 4 plus 1. So we have 5 on 2 minus 1 times 5 is 5 plus 1, 6. 6 on 5. So we start with this one first, okay? Now, so what's the LCM here? LCM of 2 and 5 is 10. 10 divided by 2 is 5 times 5, 25. Minus 10 divided by 5, 2 times 6, 12. So the result here is 13 on 10. Okay? 13 on 10. So that's what we have for the brackets. Now, you can always share your screen like this, or your paper. So now we now have 13 on 10 divided by 3 on 5. Okay? Divided by 3 on 5. So we are going to do the inverse, okay? The inverse of 3 on 5 is 5 on 3. So we are going to be multiplying by the inverse of that number. So we have 13 over 10 times 5 on 3. 5 here 1, 5 here 2. So the result is 13 on 6. 13 on 6, which can equally write as a mixed fraction. That is 2 and 1/6, okay? So this is it for question 1. And if you solve everything correctly, so some students will have 2 and 1/6. So this gives us 4 points. Okay? So that's 4 points for question 1. Now the second question reads, simplify 3 into x minus 2y minus 2 into x plus 5y. So let's simplify this together. So here we're doing using the distributive property for expansion, or to expand. So we have 3 times x, that is 3x. 3 times minus negative 2y is negative 6y. Negative 2 times x is negative 2x. And negative 2 times plus 5y is negative 10y. It's negative 10y. Are there like terms? Yes, we have some like terms here. Y and y, that's negative 6y and negative 10y are like terms. As well, 3x and negative 2x are like terms. So 3x minus 2x is x, and negative 6y minus 10y is negative 16y. So the result is x minus 16y. Question 3. Given that f is equal to uv on u minus v, express u in terms of f and v. So this is on making a variable the subject of the equation. This is some sort of like the length formula that you see in physics. So first of all, we are going to multiply both sides by u minus v, okay? So we'll multiply the left hand side by u minus v. We're going to have f into u minus v is equal to the right hand side. When we multiply the right hand side by u minus v, we'll just be left with uv. We now expand. So this is going to give f times u is fu minus f times v, fv. That should be equal to uv. Okay. So what do you want to express in terms of f and v? You want to express u. So we are making u the subject of the formula. We are making u the subject of the formula. So at this point now, we bring all the terms in u to the left hand side. So we are going to have fu minus uv, and then we take this one to the right hand side. Okay, so we move to the right, you cross the equality sign, becomes fv. Now we can factor out u. So fu divided by u is f minus uv divided by u is v. So that's equal to fv. And finally, we divide both sides by f minus u, and we'll have u to be equal to fv, all this on what? F minus v. So we have fv, all that on f minus v. Okay. Question 4. Question 4 reads, so question 4 reads, given the sets Q is equal to x is such that x is a factor of 18, and R is the set x is such that x is a multiple of 3 less than 18. List the elements of the set Q, R, and Q intersection R. Okay, so let's look at question 4. So what will be the elements of the set Q? Elements of the set Q will be equal to, so we're going to have this to be equal to, write it in set notation. And what are the factors of 18? 1, 2, 3. Is 4 a factor of 18? No. 1, 2, 3, 6, 9, and 18. So these are the factors of 18. What are the multiples of 3 less than 18? So multiples of 3 less than 18 will give us, multiples of 3 less than 18 will have 3, 6, 9, 12, and 15. Because they said less than 18, so we are not getting to 18. Okay. So now find the set Q intersection R. So this set is going to be the common factors, right? So 3 is common, 6 is common, 9 is common. So this is the set Q intersection R. And if you did all of this correct, then you have all the points, all these marks. Okay. You are watching this video. Have you subscribed? If you cannot subscribe, you might not be able to watch the second part of the paper. Sorry about that. Now the D part says draw a Venn diagram to represent the two sets. Draw a Venn diagram to represent the two sets. So let's draw a Venn diagram to represent the two sets. So these are universal set. This is Q and this is R. So we start by putting the common factors 3, 6, and 9 here. And the other factors that are left in Q, what do we have? We have 1, 2, and 18. While for R, we have 12 and 15. So this is the Venn diagram representing the relationship between those two sets above. So that's the relationship. Question 5 is on logic. So question 5 says complete the truth table in figure 1. These tables are coming every year. Complete the truth table in question 1. So we have two statements, P and Q. The first one here is the negation of Q. So the negation is just the opposite, right, or the inverse. So the negation of Q, when Q is true, the negation will be false. When Q is false, the negation will be true. Q is true, the negation is false. Q is false, the negation is true. So what is the statement P and negation of Q? So P and negation of Q. So we have this is P, this is negation of Q. So and the and statement is only true when both are true, right? So this first one is going to be false. Now for the second, this is true and this is true, so the second is going to be true. The third, both are false, so it's false. The fourth, only one is true, so it's false. So this is the negation of the result of this truth table P and negation of Q. That brings us to question 6. Question 6 is on matrices. So we have the matrices A and B, such that A is 3x plus 1, 2, 5, and B is 6, 14, 4y minus x. Find 2A. That's the A part. So to find the matrix 2A, you have to multiply all the entries or elements of A by 2. Okay? So our 2A will be equal to 2 into 3 x plus 1, 2, 5. So what will be the result? 2 times 3, we have 6. 2 times 2, 4. 2 times 5, 10. And 2 times x plus 1, that's 2 times x, we have 2x plus 2. 2x plus 2. Note that you can, some other students will prefer to put 2 into x plus 1, okay? 2 times x plus 1 is 2 into x plus 1, that will still be okay. So given that 2a is equal to b, find the values of x and y. So this brings us to solving a pair of equations. So 2a equals b. These are 2a. What's the 2a that we have? 6, 2x, 4, and 10, right? So this therefore implies that, as you can see here already, this 6 corresponds to this 6 that we have here for b. So they're the same. Equally, this 4 here corresponds to this 4 here. So it means that the other ones must also be the same. So this 2x plus 2 should be equal to 14. So the first thing we have here is 2x plus 2 is equal to 14. These are equation 1. And we equally have y minus x equals 10. Okay? So y minus x equals 10. But however, from this first equation, we can solve for x, right? Yeah, so from this first one, we have 2x to be equal to, we subtract 2 from both sides, 2x equals 12. Divide both sides by 2. 2 here, 1, 2 here, 1, 2 here, 1, 2 here, 6. So x equals 6, okay? So this implies that x equals 6. This is for the first equation. Now for the second equation, we know that y minus x equals what? Equals 10. Y minus x equals 10. Because this is 10 here and this y minus x. But we know the value of y to be of x to be 6. So this implies that y minus 6 is equal to 10. And y will be equal to 6 plus 10, 16. So the value of y is 16. So we have moved from matrices to simultaneous equations, using the property known as equality of matrices. Question 7. Question 7 is on proportion and variation. So question 7 reads, the table shows values of x and its corresponding values of y. So we have x having values 3, b and 9, and y you have 30, 15 and 10. Now A, state whether the relationship between x and y is direct or indirect. Yeah. So with this first part, we cannot use this middle one because b there is a constant, we don't know the value, so we just need to use these different points. So x moves or changes, increases from 3 to 9. When x increases from 3 to 9, y instead decreases from 30 to 10. So what type of variation is this? So this is indirect or inverse variation. So this one is indirect. So this is indirect variation. Indirect variation. And now the B part says find the constant of proportionality. Find the constant of proportionality. So how do we find the constant of proportionality? We can take any of the pair of points, right? So we can take this first one to get the constant, because normally we will have y is equal to kx. Okay, y is equal to kx. So how do you get the constant of proportionality? So we just take any of these points and use when y is equal to 30, x is equal to 3. So to find the constant of proportionality, we use this property. So we have when y is 30 is equal to k times x, x is 3, right? So from here, you divide both sides by 3, you are going to have 10 is equal to k. So if 10 is equal to k, it implies that k is equal to 10. So k is equal to 10. Now you're being asked to look for the value of b. So obviously we can rewrite this equation as, okay, for this value of b, please let me just use this place here to solve, since I don't want to go outside of the screen. So we can write this equation as y is equal to what? 10x, because you know the value of k is 10, right? So now to find the value of b, when y is 15, x is b. So we'll just say 15 is equal to 10b. 15 equals 10b. I'll divide both sides by what? Both sides by 10, and b will be equal to 1.5. Okay? So b will be equal to 1.5. So a b is equal to 1.5. That's how we get the constant of proportionality. Question 8 is on networks. So question 8 presents us with this particular network. So given the network in figure 2, state the number of regions, vertices, edges, hence show that R plus V minus 2 equals E. That is the number of regions plus number of vertices minus 2 equals the number of edges. So how many regions are here? Let us count them. So we have this region 1. Okay, let me use numbers for us to count. Let's count. We have region number 1, region number 2, region number 3, and the region outside, region number 4. So the number of regions, we have 4. Number of vertices. What are vertices? The vertices are the endpoints, okay? Vertices are the endpoints. So for the endpoints, let's count and see what we have. So we have the vertices. We have D, we have C, we have A, we have B, and we have E. How many vertices are there? 5. We have 5 vertices. Now edges, the edges or the arcs or the links. How many edges or arcs or links are there? The edges or arcs or links, we just have to count the lines. So this is what we have. So we have AB is one of them. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So there are 7 of them. So hence show that R plus V minus 2 equals E.
What's that?
So let us show this. R is 4, V is 5, minus 2. So this is for left hand side. So 4 plus 5, 9 minus 2, we have 7. Okay. Now for the right hand side, how many edges are there? 7. So from here we can see that the left hand side equals the right hand side. The other way is to show it, which equals 7. So therefore the relationship is true. Okay. So that's equal to 7. Question number 9. So given the points O, A, and B with coordinates 0, 0, 5, 0, 1, 4 respectively, determined as column vectors OB. So what's OB? The vector OB will be equal to the vector B minus O, okay? So this is going to be equal to, so this will give us, for B minus O as column vectors, you're going to have B minus O, we have 5, 0, minus 0, 0. And what does this give us as column vector? We have 5, 0. OB minus OA. So what will be OB minus OA? OB minus OA will just be B minus A, okay? So it's just going to be B minus A. So B as a column vector is 1, 4. And OA as a column vector, we have already seen. Oh, okay, I think I left out something here for this first part. Sorry about that. The first part is about OB, not OA. So OB is going to be equal to 1, 4 minus 0, 0. Yeah, thank you for that. 1, 4 minus 0, 0. And what does that give us? That gives us 1, 4. Thank you. Alright, now the same we should look for OB minus OA. So OA is just 5, 0, right? 5, 0. So this will be equal to 1 minus 5 is negative 4, and 4 minus 0 is 4. So that's it. Now they're asking us to look for OM, where M is the midpoint of AB. Where M is the midpoint of AB. Note that AB is equal to OB minus OA. And we already have the value here. We already have it because they have asked us to look for OB minus OA. And OB minus OA is the vector AB. Okay? So since our AB here already is negative 4, 4, the midpoint of that is going to just be a half of that negative 4, 4. And what's that going to give us? So come back here at this point. I'm going to write. So I have my AB is equal to negative 4, 4. So OM is equal to a half of that negative 4, 4. Which is equal to the vector negative 2, 2. Note that we don't have enough space, so we cannot be writing lengthily, okay? So this is the vector OM, which is the midpoint of AB. So that takes us to the next question. Question 10. I know if you finish watching this video, you will still not subscribe. I don't know. How do you make us to understand that what we are doing is actually good for you to use? If you don't subscribe, you'll not be able to watch the next part. That's all I know for now. Solve the pair of simultaneous equations x minus 2y equals 5 and 3x plus y equals 8. Please, if you need the correct solution manual for this booklet from 2015 or 2010 to 2024, please contact us on WhatsApp and purchase a copy. This is how you also support the panel. Purchase a copy digitally. If you want to get a hard copy, you're going to spend more money. Yep, then just contact us on WhatsApp and we see how we're going to send it to you. Okay? Yep. So let's solve these equations. So there are many different methods you can use to solve this, right? By elimination, by substitution. The graphical method I will not advise, you don't have enough time to do that. Matrix method, no. So just use either substitution or elimination. So let me proceed by elimination. So first of all, if I add or subtract, nothing will be eliminated. So let me multiply the first equation. The first equation, I should just leave it like that, multiply by 1. I want to eliminate y, and if the second equation by 2. so I can eliminate y. So 1 times the first equation will leave it unchanged, and 2 times the second equation is going to give us 6x plus 2y equals 16. So at this point now, I can see that I can eliminate y, right? Since the signs are opposite, we'll do addition, okay? So this we have equation 3 plus equation 4. So x plus 6x is 7x, and negative 2y plus 2y is 0. It's equal to, bring down the equal to sign. 5 plus 16, that gives us what? 21. So we have 7x equals 21. We divide both sides by 7. 7 here 1, 7 here 1, 7 here 1, 7 here 3. So this implies that x equals 3. X is equal to 3. And from here we substitute the value of x in any of the equations to find y. So in equation 1 we will have, or even in equation 2, so we can have 3x plus y equals 8. So let me use equation 2. So 2 implies 3x, but x is 3. 3 into 3 plus y equals 8. So 9 plus y is equal to 8, implying that y is equal to 8 minus 9, which equals negative 1. So y equals negative 1. And you can always check your answer. Okay? So we have x equals 3 and y equals negative 1. Question 11. Figure 3 shows a circle with chords AC and BD intersecting at the center P. So P is the center of that circle, as we know. So we have the chords AC. AC is a chord, as well as BD. BD is a chord intersecting at the center P. So given that angle DPC is 86 degrees, so angle DPC is 86 degrees, and AP is 6 centimeters, and PC is 12 centimeters, and BP is 8 centimeters. Find the angle theta. Angle theta. So whenever we have two lines, that's it, one line traverses at the other. So if this is 86 degrees, then this other angle here, theta, will also be 86 degrees, right? Yeah, because it's a transversal. So this angle here is equal to this angle. So it implies that our theta is equal to 86 degrees. Now find the angle beta. So how do we get the angle beta? So to get the angle beta, there are different ways we can work it out. Yeah, we can work it out in different ways. Since the angle theta has been given as 86, and we have been told that these two lines intersect at the center P. This is the center of the circle. Yeah, but from calculations, this should not actually be the center, because this AP cannot be equal to this value here, right? They say it intersects at the center, but this is funny. Yeah, because if it intersects at the center, and then AP should be the same as PC, which should both be 6 centimeters or both 12 centimeters. So I think there's a grammatical error here in this question. It should not be center. So they intersect somewhere inside the circle, but not at the center actually, okay? Because if you use that center, it's going to be misleading, and we're going to have the wrong answers here. Okay, so how do we get now the value of beta? So we can use any of the chord properties. So this is what we're going to do. Let's use the chord. Chord can I use? AB. AB, because normally if P is the center, then the angle theta should be 2 times the angle beta. But from what we are seeing here, we have been told that this P is the center of the circle, but it's not possible that it's the center. If it's the center, and then AP should be equal to PC. So we have the angle beta. Okay, so let me expand this. So we know that this angle plus this angle here should give us 180 degrees. If this one is already 86 degrees, so what is left to make it 180 degrees? So this is 94 degrees. So we have 94 degrees, and you equally have 94 degrees here. 94 degrees. So this angle is 94 degrees, and this is 94 degrees. Okay. So what else do we have that we can use here? So using one of the angle properties, we can get this angle beta directly. So I'm trying to use another method apart from that one. Yep, because that one I raised a lot of questions. So how did you get it? Yep, exactly. Okay. So yep, this question is actually having some issues. Yep. Because according to the properties of the angles, we just say that a beta is equal to 86 degrees divided by 2. With this angle obtaining this at the center and the circumference. But from these drawings here and all of these numbers, this does not match. So it's somehow a bit crazy. Yep. Yeah. So probably we'll have to use another property to get the values. Okay, I think I'll just have to leave this one out for now. The length of PD. So for PD, we have PB times That's PB times PD will be equal to AP times PC times PC. And therefore from here, the length of our PD will be dividing both sides by what? PB. Okay. So you cancel out to be left with PB is equal to PD is equal to that. So this will be equal to AP is 6 times PC 12. All this on PB 8. 4 here 2, 4 here 3, 2 here 1, 2 here 3. So that gives us 9 centimeters. So for now, I'm still leaving this one out because the properties do not really allow me to give the answer. So we have to use the different angle properties to get the solution. Question 12. Figure 4 shows a sector of a circle of radius 10 centimeters. Given that the length PQ is 12 centimeters on the area of the sector, and the area of the sector is 64.4 centimeters squared, find the length RQ. So again, this figure shows a sector of a circle of radius 10, and you are being given the length PQ, PQ to be 12 centimeters, and the area of the sector is 64.4 centimeters squared. So we are being required to find the length RQ. So if PQ is 12 and then RQ will be 12 on 2 because the half of it 6 centimeters. That's from R to Q. This distance here is 6 centimeters. The length OR. So to find the length OR, permit me to solve it up here. From this small square that we have here, you can start. This is a right angle triangle. And if this side is 6 centimeters, this side is 6. What else have you been given? Okay, the hypotenuse is 10. From the Pythagorean triplets or triples, we know that this side is 8, even without calculation, because this is the hypotenuse. This is like the triangle here, right angle triangle. This side is 6, and this side is the hypotenuse is 10. Therefore, this side is 8, right? And how do you get that side as 8? Let me just call this side the height. Let's say this is the height h. So h should be equal to the hypotenuse squared minus the other side squared, the square root of it. So this gives us the square root of 100 minus 36, which is the square root of 64. The square root of 64 is equal to 8. So instead that side is 8, right? Yeah, so the length OR is 8. The area of the shaded region. So how do you find the area of the shaded region? Good. So we know that the area of this complete sector is 64.4 centimeters squared. So we are going to get the area of these triangles here, area of these two triangles. We get the area of this one and this one. We sum them and subtract from the area of this sector. Okay, so this is the sector that we have. We have the complete area of 64 point something. So if you have the area of these two triangles here, if you have the area of these two triangles, you can subtract now from the area of this sector, and that gives us the area of this shaded portion. So how do we get the area of these two triangles? So the first, this triangle is the base is 6, half base times height, right? So we have half 6 times 8, half into 6 times 8. That's the first one. Then plus the second one, half again into 6 times 8. okay? So 2 here, 1, 2 here, 3. 3 times 8, 24. Plus 2 here, 1, 2 here, 3. 3 times 8, 24. So 24 plus 24 is 48, right? So we have 48. So 64.4 minus 48. 64.4. Yeah, that's what we're given. Minus 48. So what does this give us? Yep, so whatever it gives us, that's going to be the answer of what we have here. Okay? Good. That brings us to question 13. So, given the triangle ABC in figure 5 with AB equals 12 centimeters and BC equals 5 centimeters, find the length AC. Of course, the length AC is 13. This is what you see in class all the times. This is a Pythagorean triple again. This side is 5, this side is 12, the other side should be 13 because it's a right angle triangle. So, the length AC will be equal to 12 squared plus 5 squared, the square root of all of that. The square root of 144 plus 25, which is equal to the square root of 169, and which is 13. So find the angle ACB to the nearest degree. Angle ACB to the nearest degree. So this is the angle ACB. Let's denote it. Let's call it theta. So what will be tan theta? So tan theta will be equal to opposite over hypotenuse, that's 12 on 13. Or you can use sin theta, whatever. So this implies that theta will be equal to tan inverse of 12 on 13. Tan inverse of 12 on 13. And whatever value you have in degrees, express it to the nearest degree, that's the nearest whole number. Okay? Yeah, everybody asking that what is the answer to the nearest whole number. You just want everything solve and write. Please put the answer below this video. Let me know that you watched the video. So what is the answer of this one? Put it below this video to the nearest degree. Thank you so much. And put there question 13. The same thing for the answer for the last one where we have for question 12. Okay. Now question number 14. Solve the inequality 3x minus 5 is greater than or equal to, is greater than x minus 1. Solve this inequality. So this is going to give us, bringing like terms together, we'll have subtract x from both sides, we'll have 2x minus 5 is greater than negative 1. Add 5 to both sides, we'll have 2x is greater than, when 5 crosses the equality sign or the inequality sign becomes positive 5, plus 5 minus 1 is 4. From here we divide both sides by 2. So this implies that x is strictly greater than 2. That's what you have for the inequality. Question 15 is the last question of the first part. If you need the solution manual, please contact us on WhatsApp or send an email. Okay? We prefer to do our digital sales. If you want a copy of the book, the digital copy, please get to us. Okay? You can send an email or send text or WhatsApp. Tired of calls. People call morning, afternoon, and night. So picking calls, I don't know. So just send a text. Okay? So the probability that the student passes the first sequence examination is 3 on 5. And passes in the second sequence examination is 9 on 10. Find the probability that the student fails the first sequence. Passes both sequences. So these are independent events. What's the probability if the student passes or fails the first sequence? It's an independent event in relation to the second sequence. So the probability that the student passes the first sequence is 3 on 5. So what's the probability that the student will fail the first sequence? It will just be 1 minus 3 on 5, which equals 2 on 5. Okay? Even if you use the tree diagram and you walk and you simplify, you come back to the answer being 2 on 5. Because another way for this is, they said fail the first sequence, right? So what this means that the student fails the first sequence and passes the second sequence, or fails the first sequence and fails the second sequence. When you simplify all of those things at the end, you get to this. So, but you can just do it directly as 1 minus 3 on 5. You get the same result. Now let me just show you the other way, since somebody is leaving a comment or a message. So the probability that the student fails the first sequence will be, let me use first F for first sequence. Let me use F for first and S for second. So the probability that the student fails the first sequence will be this. First sequence, if the student passes F, the student also passes F prime. So fails the first sequence and passes the second sequence, or fails the first sequence and also fails the second sequence, right? So this will be equal to, for the first sequence, pass is 3 on 5, right? So fail is 2 on 5 times the second sequence. Pass the second sequence is 9 on 10 plus fails the first sequence 2 on 5 and also fails the second sequence. That is 1 minus 9 on 10, 1 on 10. So this will give us 2 times 9, 18 on 50 plus 2 on 50. What's 18 on 50 plus 2 on 50? That's 20 on 50, right? Which is equal to 2 over 5. Can you see what I was saying before? So if you do all of this long thing, you will still come back to 2 on 5. So the shortcut is, let's just do it directly, because these are independent events. So the probability that the student fails the first sequence will just be given by 1 minus what? 3 on 5, which is equal to 2 on 5. Full stop there. Don't kill yourself. Passes both sequences. Passes both sequences means that the student passed the first, that's 3 on 5, and also passed the second, 9 on 10. When you multiply this, you are going to have 27 on 50. So thank you so much for watching, and as I said, if you need a copy of this manual with the solutions and the past questions, please send us a text message, send us WhatsApp preferably, or an email, so we are sure that you are serious, okay? And the other solution manuals with the other booklets, you can equally contact us to have them. Thank you. Don't forget to subscribe and share this video and join our WhatsApp groups online. You can equally visit www.gcepanel.org for practice papers. You practice the GCE live online like they do abroad. Thank you so much, and see you in section B.